A very good evening and thank you for joining us from wherever you are watching. We're coming to you live from the Kampala Serena Conference Nile Room. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode of Perspective with Josephine Karungi. And tonight we are talking about Uganda's film industry. Allow me to introduce my guests. I'll start with my guest at my very right, Isaac Nabwana, who is a director, founder of Ramon Film Productions, Wakaliwood, and famous for movies like Who Killed Captain Alex? Action movies.
Yep.
Very warm welcome, Isaac.
Yes, thank you.
All right. And right next to him is Matthew Nabuiso, who is an award-winning film actor, film producer, who is famous for movies like Rain, which is a new film, but you'll also remember him from The Hostel, which used to air on NTV. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
And finally, I have Irene Kulabako, who is an award-winning film director, actress, and former talk show host. Welcome, Irene.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, let's say it as it is in a few seconds.
Is brought to you by Sparkle Saloon. Professional, affordable, and quality services.
Well, thank you for joining us. Now, just before we start, Irene, when we put out your picture, the first question was, where has she been? So where have you been?
Doing a couple of things. Family, having babies, looking for the money. Yes, it requires time. And looking for money, actually, to doing a couple of things, documentary and stuff, trying to get money in order to put into the films I make. Yeah, so I've been behind the scenes, but I've been working, seriously.
You've been working.
Yeah.
When you say you've been doing a couple of things to put into the films, that brings me actually to my first question. How do you make money to make movies? Where do you get the money to make the movies? Because it's a very expensive industry.
Yeah, I should say it is very expensive, actually. And I think just like any other business, you'll always find, like they say, well, there is a will, there is a way. You'll always have to find ways to get the money to do film, especially if you're an upstart in film. Personally, I just did a project recently, which is not yet out, and I was doing a lot of farming. I had over 100 goats in Luero. I had over 200 rabbits, and I needed money to make film. I sold the goats, I sold the rabbits, and, and I put the money in film.
Can you put, does film have any returns, or are we now going to have a starving actor? Because
I don't think you would go into a business without expecting returns on investment. I wouldn't sell out my farms just to stay broke. There is a return on investment, definitely.
Isaac?
Yeah, I think that is the difference between me and maybe him. Yeah, because for me, it is passion. Okay. Really, that really drives me into making a movie. And my team, actually, I don't pay them. That is for sure. I don't pay my team.
Even the actors?
No, I'm saying I don't pay anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah,
okay.
But when they sell, they get commission out of the DVD, maybe if they sell one. And how do we get the money? So it is passion. They come in because we're a team. It's a Wakaliwood team, family. And then you do something. Yes, so many people have been criticizing me about that, saying that you guy, why don't you pay people? But for us, I normally tell them that you just imagine people, we sit down, you sit at a full day, maybe playing, playing cards. And you end up a day, not even getting anything out of playing the cards. Why don't you come together and do something?
Oh,
because we are...
Isaac, I think it's a good moment now to show what kind of movies that you do so that people can understand when you say you do it for passion. Let's have a clip playing from Wakaliwood. I think it's Who Killed Captain Alex, the one that we managed to get.
Ramon Film Productions presents the best of the best movies.
Mu Uganda, Ramon Film Productions bakuletedde mulembe gwennyini. Who Killed Captain Alex? Action zimizui gwennyini. Omugere awamu n'essatu akungulakedde.
Alex ngake kali kukiwa.
Ombuza kyokola wano. Nga muganda ne bomu n'omugaide mu bizimbe byo.
bajja kukola okiwulidde tetulina budde bwo
Atano malaya.
gwali bwe tamayaya
Mujakolati.
Drop your foot now.
Kisoboka kisoboka kati mu Uganda.
Did.
No, actually, that was my first action movie.
I
did, but I had done a number of movies like Byabuka and Ejini Kuchalo. By that time, by the time I made that.
So you do action movies?
I do action movies, even other movies like the African magic, movies. In fact, the most selling movie right now in Uganda is Ejini Dientwetwe, which is not an action movie. I made.
If you had a bigger budget,
Yep.
would you change some things about the kind of movies you do? If you, maybe the scripting, the actors, would you have effects?
Of course, I would like to pay them. I would like to pay my actors, and I think if I pay them, you can see even the passion they put in when they're acting. If they're paid, I swear they can do something better than even that.
Okay.
You can see the passion. In fact, I want to build also a big studio. If I get the money, I would like to educate more editors. In fact, I have the passion of educating editors because I think that is what we are still lacking in Uganda.
But for now, it's running on passion.
Yeah.
What challenges, Irene, have you found?
Personally, I think the biggest challenge for me is no scripts. Most of the people who are coming into this industry want to be they want to be in front of the camera, they want to be the actresses, or they want to be the cameraman, or behind the camera. So people don't seem to yet appreciate that the scripts, the story, is the most important part of this whole business of ours. So since I don't write, I don't have that gift, but I can contribute to what someone has done. So I feel the challenge is a shortage of scripts. I don't know what.
I think I would agree with her. I think we have many actors and actresses. We have a lot of good technical people, but when it comes to screenplay writers, there is a big problem there. We don't have very many good screenplay writers. And you see, at the end of the day, you're trying to tell a story, a good story that people are going to relate with. So if the screenplay is not good, then you'll struggle. Yeah.
Why do we have no good screenwriters? Do we not have the training facilities?
I think training could be one of it. Secondly, I think people have not looked at that as a niche that they need to explore. That's what I think.
Yeah, and then also I would think it's more macho-like and seems to be more prestigious to be a DOP, a director, someone on camera. So that whole thing that I'm the one, manning this thing, people seem to appreciate that, or it seems to attract them.
But for me, I think, yes, we have the writers, but because we are still lacking money to pay them. For me, almost every day I get someone who says, I want to write for you. But I don't have the money they charge because we need to groom them. We need to, yes, as you said, so many people want to be cameramen, want to be actors, but these guys who are there, struggling to write, they are like, they want money. They think that we are getting money. After seeing my movies selling all over, but they think that, yes, I get money, but they are piloted movies. They are down there, Okay. For them, they understand. But I think there are so many good writers, but because we are not ready to pay. Whoever, in fact, many actors here in Uganda, whoever starts a company wants to be the film star. So that means he has his own story. He has his own story. He makes his own stories. In fact, I've seen so many companies down there because I always encourage them to start writing. I've been filming for other companies, but what they do is they come without a script. They tell you a story and then you start filming. I've got so many.
Film without a script?
Without a script, and you're just helping. Because for me, I've been trying to help so many filmmakers, but I always tell them, please write. And others say that, I cannot even write. I tell, do you have a wife? Yes, I have. Does she know how to write? Yes. At least sit down with her, teach her, tell her what you what you have in your mind. She makes a script out of what you want to tell.
So most of the people we have in this industry are self-taught.
Yes, there are many of them.
Oh,
Many,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'd like for us to play a clip from a series that Matthew, you starred in, The Hostel, which used to run on NTV. Let's have that playing on the screen.
What the hell is going on here?
What was that?
This is about 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
When you look at the quality of that and now, what do you think?
I think I feel embarrassed to watch this now. Yeah, because the industry has grown. The quality was SD. Today, where everybody's shooting HD. So the screenwriting today is now much better. But though I think I could say something to add to what he was addressing. On the contrary, because he was talking about having many screenwriters. Personally, I'm looking for those good script writers, and I'm willing to pay. Okay. I'm willing to pay for any good script.
Do you want to say that again so that you
yes, I'm ready to pay for a good script.
Me too.
I am ready.
How do people get in touch with the two of you?
I've had people bring me scripts and they were really below standard. Now, like the movie Rain that we just released, that was just shot in the cinema, was done by a first-time screenwriter. But I read that script once and I said, I am going to get the money and we're going to make this film. And the lady was paid. And recently, that movie won Best Screenplay in the Uganda Film Festival 2017. And she actually won an accolade for that, which also came with money. So money is there for people who can write good stories. The money is there.
How do the
I'm willing to pay. Irene tells you they are willing to pay.
How do they get in touch with you and Irene?
We all over the social media. I'm Matthew Nawiso Matthew on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram.
You should call for it.
Yes.
He's calling now.
I'm calling now. If you are out there and you're a good script writer, please come. I'm ready to pay for good script writers.
Okay, well, let's talk about distribution. How do you get Ugandans to watch your movies? If, for example, Isaac, I'm not going to go downtown to look for these movies, how do we get them out to people to see them?
Yeah, for the moment, I put my movies on DVD. That is the easiest way for me right now. But there are some sites now on internet that have taken my movies, like AfriFlix, something like that. You can click and then watch. Yeah, there are some which are coming, which are now uploading our movies, and they pay. And
they pay you to put
yes,
up your movies,
okay. They pay me. They pay. Anyway, we have a contract. They will pay me after like maybe a quarter year or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how else do we get these movies out there?
TV stations right now, to be honest, it's the biggest distributor for us now in terms of movies. And if you look at whether it's West Africa and South Africa, the TV stations, the networks, are the best partners we need on board. So and TV.
Well, you're here now.
Yeah, I mean, the stations used to complain that how the quality was bad, that you couldn't hear this, you couldn't see so and so in there. But I think the stations need us, and we need you, because it should be a partnership. So let's talk, Josephine. Let's talk
To my
let's
boss.
talk.
Not to
Yeah, I mean through you. Yeah.
I think
So
to add
let's
to
talk,
Irene,
yeah.
I think we've actually had a challenge, like she said, having our movies bought by local TV stations. Because you come to a local TV station, I say, you want to show your content? You come with your sponsor, you buy airtime, you show. I mean, that is not supporting us as local filmmakers. So what has this forced us to do? To look outside Uganda.
I'm curious to know if UCC is doing anything about this, but let's get an answer to that after this
Okay, we'll
short
get
break.
that answer. But what we are doing now...
Let's take a break and then we'll come back. We'll come back to that. Okay. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We're coming to you live from the Kampala Serena Conference Center. Now, just before we took a break, we were talking about any measures that are being put in place by UCC to ensure that your movies, the local movies, are actually getting a platform on TV stations. Matthew?
I think from what I know, first, I think UCC has regulated that local TV stations need to show 70% local content.
Yes.
But then when you look at that local content, it has news, it has music videos, it has many other things that have nothing to do with film. So at the end of the day, you're not having much to do with local film. And because that hasn't really helped us as filmmakers, like I was saying earlier, we've actually decided to think outside the box, outside the small box of Uganda. Today, for instance, we've released a film called Rain, and it has already been bought by 3 international companies for video on demand. One is iFlix, which is like the African Netflix. There is Showmax, and another is Afroland TV from the USA. These are video on demand platforms that have already bought the film Rain. Then I'm also in talks with many other television stations in Africa for the same. So if it is not bought here, at least other people there will watch it.
Want to buy. Okay.
For me as a business person, I'll have a return on investment.
So how do you, and this is for any of you, if somebody has their movie, they've shot and done all of that, what do they do with it? Who do they bring it to? How do they go through the process?
Okay, I think currently people are trying to put together a platform of selling movies like locally. There are people who are called distributors, some people I think call them publishers, that are selling like DVDs locally. There is a body that is trying to do that. I think we're also trying to do more talks with local television stations. And personally, I am, because I've already gone into the international market, I'm willing to support any filmmaker that has a good film. I'm talking good picture, good sound, good acting, good story. I can be able to link you up to buyers, international television stations outside Uganda.
Okay. Well, there's a question here. Movies tell stories with drama. Can we make movies out of our unique African experiences? For example, how my dad paid his school fees out of growing coffee. Stories like that.
I mean, any story is a good story, but it's got to have something what we call suspense. Don't let it be so obvious. I mean, if the person watching the film or the movie knows what's going to happen next, what's the story? So if your father made money, paid your school fees from coffee, what else? But
I think we have done even that. We have done movies which are related to our stories, like Gini Dientwete. For instance, because I'm using my movies, like Bukunja Tekunja Miti. Whoever hears Bukunja Tekunja Miti, you get to know that is Bukunja, the Abasezi people, something like that. We are relating our stories to what we're going through.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'd like to play a clip where you star from Queen of Katwe. Let's have that playing on the screen so that we can see what it's like when outside there.
Okay, nice.
Madam Harriet.
Yes.
I'll come to discuss your bill now.
No problem, Sivo. Yeah. Richard, you're the man remaining in our family. Me, I'm down. But I'm not out.
My son, can you walk? Take Richard. on your shoes. Go. Take it.
Where?
Walk to the entrance. Go. Now. Hey. Sit here. Mrs. Chimbale.
I will have 10,000 or that door will not open.
Of course. The money you earned, I need it now, Fiona.
I gave it to the man on the border.
You gave him our money?
I had to, because he would not take Brian without it, Mama.
If I were you, I would find a man. There are plenty of sugar daddies, who would want to pay your rent.
That is not my business, Mrs. Chimbale.
Hey. Too superior, are we? Better than all of us.
Mrs. Chimbale.
Take advantage of me.
Mrs. Chimbale. Brian was in the hospital.
No rent. No house.
To Yambe. Where will we go? I beg you, please, for my children. How much was it?
I mean, that was very cold. No rent, out in the cold.
Thanks to you. Now another lot of Ugandans are going to hate me.
Well, what do you think about that movie? It was funded, right?
Yes, it was funded. Disney World, that's the company that usually makes some of these animated cartoons that we know famous. And just relating to what you had asked before, the story, actually, Mira and I, we talked to her before, and she said the story, why she actually decided to make that film, was a piece in the newspaper that she read where a woman was caught, I think, escaping. Because that thing is, she went to, the kid was sick, is hospitalized, but she doesn't have the money to pay. So she runs, they find a way of running out of the hospital without paying the bills. So that was what she read in the newspaper and asked herself, what could lead to something like this happening?
So it's real life story.
It is, it is, it is.
What do you think is the difference between that? Is that the difference, that there's funding for these projects and then for the others that don't have that funding, they suffer?
I don't know how to say, because even for heavily funded projects that, I mean, a heavily funded film could still not make it, could still be a flop if it comes out. The consumers, the viewers, and these guys here may not like it, and even if you put in $50 million or something. I think it's about the story, and yes, granted, to be honest, yes, we've come a long way as Uganda, but the future is bright.
The future is bright.
The future is very bright.
But let's hear what these people who watch these films have to say. We'll take the first question.
Okay.
Thank you, Joseph. My question. Eileen, what other films have been the most inspiring to you and why, apart from your movies?
The one film I can think off the top of my head is the Titanic. Okay, I'm ancient, so so maybe it doesn't whatever, but Titanic, and that's because it was big, the music was good, the effects were good, it was a good story on the ship, a very big ship, the effects, the acting. I'm inspired by films that are not the usual. I don't know if I answer your question. I don't want to see what I see every day when I walk around town. So I'm attracted, which I think is all of us. You want to see something different, the same story told, but maybe on a ship or a boat or space somewhere on Mars. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take the second question.
Yeah, thank you so much, Josephine. My name is Richard Obedi. I run an NGO. Well, the film industry in Uganda seems to be distorted, and I agree with what Mabuiso said about the the frustration. And for him, he has actually decided to make inroads, even across the country. Then for Irene, that was so telling. We need to talk after this. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you, and this could be for any of you. James asks, can movies improve our image out there, or are we just reinforcing stereotypes that Africa is poverty, disease, war, and all of those things?
I think actually movies can, and to me this is something that has a new inspiration that I have, is that we can use film to brand where we come from, to tell a better story of Uganda than what people think, because when you talk about an African story, people expect to see you with a spear and what to show that this is Africa.
Backcloth and drums.
Yeah, backcloth and but I mean, we've moved from there many decades ago. Decades, you know, we've moved away from there. I'm looking at using film as a platform to brand our country better. And we love the USA today, but what did they do? Yeah. They just branded, period. They make it look like the superheroes are from the USA, the who's, and everybody dies to go to the USA. While on the other hand, you'll find that people in Africa are telling, if we're only talking about maybe sad stories, death,
Matthew, I just want to cut you short, because somebody who is watching the screen right now might wonder why I'm on screen. I'd just like to let you know that I was once an actress. Well, that was a movie that was done a couple of years ago. It was called Christmas in Kampala. I think you remember it. So that's why I'm on screen, not because, you know. But you were saying?
Yeah, I'm saying I think we need to take, as filmmakers, to take this opportunity to brand our country better. We need to make people out there yearn to come to Uganda because of the way we are depicting our country.
Okay.
I think that could be a very good question to ask me, because I had so many people, in fact, criticizing me during the festival, the UCC festival.
Yes.
But in my absence, I would have answered them, but they
answer them now.
Yeah, because I had a very good opportunity. I mean, the white guy, I think, I don't know him, but he answered them, I was told. He told them that, because they were saying that I'm representing Uganda outside in a bad way. That is what they were saying, that my movies are not good quality or something like that. But the guy told them that straight, that we love him, follow him, do what he does, because he has won our hearts.
Well, what's the point of your movies?
The point is, I think I much put an emphasis on entertainment first, because for me, I know we are in a high, speed. I don't know. We are in a fast-moving world where people they need to be always refreshed with something entertaining.
Okay.
So I put much entertainment in my movies. Yes, I also think about my country. I don't forget my country whenever I do a movie. But I have got so many. That's meaning that can movies really open for Uganda or something like that? I have got so many. This year I've got like 200 foreigners coming to Hollywood, and I have evidence of that. In fact, I have a wall of fame where they come and say, I want to die in a movie. And then I kill them, and they sign on the wall.
Yeah,
and I've killed so many people. In fact, even
don't kill me.
No. Using Skype, I've killed so many people outside Uganda when they're screening my movies. I killed people in Seattle. I killed people in Belgium. I killed people in Fantastic Fix in Texas and Fantasia, Canada.
Oh, so what Isaac has done, and where he's beaten us, and it's good when someone does a good job. It's important that we appreciate it. So what Isaac and what Wakaliwood has done, and he's gone a step further. Now we are running after you, just so you know it. He's done the marketing outside.
Yes.
So he's used the internet, and he's managing to raise funds. He's managing to market his films out there, and he's understood what his target group want.
Yes.
And most of them are actually the foreigners, the Muzungus, and what they love his content. And they're willing to pay, and they're willing to support him. And so that's one thing that we need to learn from him, and we're appreciating that.
Well, related to that, somebody is asking, they watch a lot of, Ronald asks, he watches a lot of Ugandan movies on YouTube for free. how do you then make money?
Yeah, I'm fighting that for myself. I was Hollywood. We fought that, but nowadays I've seen some new uploaders. They are uploading my movies. I'm fighting that. Always I complain to YouTube. We have to complain. Ugandans should know that.
Okay.
Others take it as an advantage. That someone, you know, some people are watching my movie. They are so happy about that. No,
but you reported this to UCC?
Yeah. No,
okay.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah,
oh.
you report to YouTube.
Okay.
But we should learn to upload trailers. Like Who Killed Captain Alex? I first uploaded a trailer and got 1 million views, and people started coming to Uganda because of that 9-second something.
We still don't know who killed Captain Alex. What's your question?
My question goes to Irene and this gentleman.
Matthew.
I'm forgetting. Yes, Matthew. Nabiso, yes. I'm a little bit afraid because I personally, I've got scripts. I have scripts about 3 to 4, and I'm scared that you said you want script writers. It seems like chances of recruiting people that are going to play, you know, in that player, and those films, chances may be very, very. So
do you want to be a
scarce.
scriptwriter, or you want to be in the movie?
I want to ask, could there be any chances that you can write and play?
Oh, okay.
Or else, and how can you pick us up?
Okay, this is what we do. First, if you're a script writer, bring your scripts. Let's look at them. If there are interesting stories that we want to tell, we will tell them. Then about acting, whenever we're having a project, we'll always call out people for auditions. So you need to follow us on our pages, like the Naviso Films page. Look for
Irene Trivision,
yeah.
Trivision
We always post there when we are going to do a project and we need to call people for audition. So you just have to come and audition. Personally, for me to get my first role in film, I heard about auditions in Muyenga by Bish Films. So that I heard that there was an audition for a film. So I went there and I auditioned for the lead role and I got it.
Can I interview? An audition is like an interview. You know, we also have scientific terminologies in our industry. Yeah, so it's an interview basically.
Okay. Wakaliwood, is it on social media?
Yes, Wakaliwood is everywhere.
Okay, Wakaliwood is on social media as well, in case you're interested. Well, let's take another short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. And I'll just take 2 more questions because our time is running fast.
I'm called Emmanuel, and I would like to ask a very direct question. How much effect has commerce done to Uganda's film industry?
Be more specific.
How much effect has commerce done?
How much effect?
Okay, do you want to elaborate just a bit?
When you look at commerce in terms of buying, the people who buy it and the people who do not buy it. Now I'm asking, how much has that effect, be it positive or negative, has it affected the film industry in Uganda?
Okay. I think people are not buying that much. Thank you very much. People are not buying that much because we also have the other dragon in our industry, which is called the copyright. So you buy a DVD and then what you're doing is you're getting that, put it on your computer and then sharing it, putting it on flash. You know, you bought it probably for 1,000 or 1,500 and then 10 people are watching it for free. So we, at the end of the day, Captain Alex and Nabus and I, Rain, get no money, get zero.
Yeah, I released Once a Soldier, and in 3 hours I was called that it is in Mbali. And
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're not getting as much money as we should actually, but we're also having UCC, KCCA, and a number of organizations trying also their level best to try and reduce or stop it.
Okay. I think also to add to that, there is a need for more publicity. I would like to upload NTV for this platform, because I mean, people here have not even watched Who Killed Captain Alex, but they get to see the trailer like, oh, there is this movie, we should go look for it. So this also, the media platforms like TV, newspapers, the more noise they make about our products, they will actually inspire people to look for them and buy them, and we will make money as filmmakers.
Okay, all right. The last question.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am John Fred Suna, and I am actor. My question goes to the gentleman of Hostel, and I like that passion that he has of promoting Uganda, advertising Uganda. And my question is, you said you are looking for script writers.
Yes.
What script would you buy first? The one that is around politics, the one that is around family affairs, the one that is around religion, kind of scripts. What kind of script would you
I will
buy
say I am diverse. I'll just start by buying the best story, regardless of what it's about. I'll start by buying the best well-told story.
And the best story is according to you. And also what we're also facing in our search and our request for scripts is because of the internet, people are Googling things, downloading scripts that are not there, putting their name, putting their names written by Irene Kulawakok when, you know, it's not theirs. And then that will cause us, a lot of complications, because I'll get it, sign a contract with you, give you even the money, put it out there, and then I get the original owner writing to me saying I'm taking you to court.
I actually had an experience 2 weeks ago. A lady sent me a script because I asked them to send it by email. They sent me a script. I read the scenes. It was a short 2-page script, very interesting. When I gave it to my wife to read through, she's like, I know this scene from such and such a movie. You know, just when I thought I'd gotten a good script and then it is actually copied from a movie. It was very disappointing. So people, please, scriptwriters, we're looking for your scripts, please be original.
Be original.
Yeah.
What words would you like to leave us with? Because our time is fast spent. I don't know who'd like to go first.
Let me go first.
Okay.
Okay. One, let's put professionalism in this, and let's look at this as a business. It's not a joke, it's not fun, it's not us just playing around killing Captain Alex and, it's not something that's done by failures, people who did not go to school, who have nothing better to do with their lives, people are not educated, because that's the kind of the mentality people have been having about filmmakers or people who are in acting world or whatever. So it is, people study it, people get masters, people get PhDs in this thing, which we do. So
even in Uganda?
Yeah.
Okay.
So so now let's treat this, look at this as a business, and the same principles that apply in any other business, whether it's Matthew with his rabbits and goats, apply to this industry, this business. And then as filmmakers, whether you're an actress or an actor, a writer, whatever it is, put professionalism, commit yourself, keep time, all those elements. That's the only way we're going to be able. And lastly, let's unite, let's get together. He's doing a brilliant job in terms of distribution and marketing on the internet. I want to talk to him after this interview because I want also to learn how he's doing it. So let's not, sometimes it's a competition, but at the end of the day, we need to come together where he's really good at something.
Bring him on board and learn
from him. Yeah.
Just a yes or no question.
Okay.
Yes or no. Do you think the film industry is getting the support it needs to thrive? Irene, I'll start with you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And Matthew?
Not yet, but we are going.
And Isaac?
No.
No. Okay. You're closing remarks, Matthew.
I think I will agree more with her. We need to work together as filmmakers because this product has a lot of potential. Countries like Nigeria have made billions of money out of film, and to the extent that government has actually even regulated that no more showing Hollywood films, you will only show local films because they have seen the potential it has. So this is a great product that we have. We just need to build it. Let the industry support it. We need to work together as filmmakers and support each other. If she has a trailer that is good for a film, instead of hating, I should be the first to share it.
That's you.
If he makes a film and produces a trailer, instead of hating and criticizing its work, because I mean, my style might not be his style, but his style has worked. It
works for him.
It has worked for him and for many people out there. So instead of hating, I should be sharing, because together we are able to build this industry and the sky is the limit.
Okay. Isaac?
Yeah, I'll start from there. Yes, we should come together and work together. Yes, my style has not only worked for me, has worked for Uganda. Because if, there are some people, like, for instance, in festivals, screenings, people have said, I know Uganda because of Work Hollywood now.
Yeah.
So it is opening for the whole country. Yes, my point is now, the government should come in and fight piracy, because that is, and enforce the law, the corporate law. We are having a very big problem there. You know, I've caught so many people duplicating my movies. I take them to police, but what policemen really, they surprise me. They always say, "You made this movie to be seen, you know, and be famous. This guy is helping you. He's making more copies." You know, it's like a joke. You know, the government should come in. If you tell them that, you know, you guy, I have got someone has stolen an egg of 300 shillings. They can give you 6 guns to arrest him. But imagine a movie which is worth millions of, you know, money. You know, we should be serious about this. The government should come in. We don't even need the money to fund our movies because, for instance, I have like 50 movies done. So I've tried. Now I need the market and protection. We call what we do intellectual property. So the intellectual property of a nation should be protected.
Okay. What would you like to see different, in just a few words, done different?
In the industry?
Yes.
Put our movies on your stations. No, you've got the numbers, you've got the viewership, you've got the reach, you've got the branding, you've got the positioning. The stations are perfect.
So the directors have to do their due diligence as well, quality and all of that.
We will sort that out.
Well, I'm not promising anything. I'm just giving.
No,
you
I know
my
hearing. I know they're hearing me.
Well, thank you very much, all of you, for taking the time to join us. And that was our episode of Perspective with Josephine Karungi. There's a repeat every Wednesday, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Be sure to catch us then, and catch us again next Sunday. We're still talking about the arts this month. NTV Weekend Edition is coming up. Keep it NTV.